Hello guys, I'm Carrie from Carrie Tries It, and in this video I'm gonna watch Honeymooners, again, episode 19. I see that you love this show, and I love this show because we can laugh a lot, we can have great mood. Let's start. My jaw.
I live and breathe a yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Hi, Norton.
Hey there, what do you say, Ralph? Just a minute, I'll be right with you. I gotta make an entry in my bird-watching book here. I just seen a yellow-bellied sapsucker. Bird seen, yellow-bellied sapsucker, place where seen, Central Park. You know, one thing that bothers me. They're not supposed to be within 3,000 miles of here.
Well, how do you know it's a yellow-bellied sapsucker? Don't forget, last week you saw a robin with a wishbone in its mouth. You said it was a chicken hawk.
Nevertheless, I'm sure this is a yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Why are you sure it's a yellow-bellied sapsucker?
What else could it be? It's got a yellow belly and it was sucking sap.
I don't know why a man of your age watches birds.
Why shouldn't I watch them? They watch me, don't they?
The only
funny.
bird that watches you, Norton, is a woodpecker.
Very good joke. There's watching me.
I look about the run of the litter.
Look, Norton, I asked to have lunch with you in the park because I got something very important I want to talk to you about.
What?
I want you to do me a favor.
What do you want?
I don't know, but somehow or another I made a mistake in the bus today, and I made the wrong change. I must have given somebody a $20 bill for a $1 bill. Now, I got to turn in my receipts to the cashier at 5 o'clock tonight. Will you lend me the money?
Look, Rob, it's not that I'm against lending you money, and you can do anything you want with it. It's just what you don't do with it.
What don't I do with it?
You don't pay me back.
I have
No,
friends like this.
Don't lend me the money.
And
All
they
I
ask
want
me
you to
about
do is
money
invest
again.
$20
And I'm like, no,
What
sorry.
do you mean, invest?
I'll tell you what I mean. Norton, let's face it. I'm a man with big ideas. And sooner or later, one of those ideas are going to catch on. And when they do, I'm going to be a big shot. And do you know what happened to people who become big shots?
Yeah, they forget their relatives.
No, Norton. They incorporate. They incorporate. I'm going to become a corporation.
Sandwich,
do you know what
of
a
course.
corporation is?
Yeah, I know what a corporation is. When a person or a group of persons duly authorized to sell, distribute shares, become involved with the intention of the stockholders grouping about together with those shares, with the intention of selling the shares, comes to an evil interest there.
How did you know that?
Ever hear of Merrill Lynch, Spears, Pierce, and Bean?
Yes.
I got an office right outside of downtown sewer I work in.
Well, I'm glad you know what a corporation is, Norton, because then you'll understand what a great opportunity I'm offering you when I tell you that I will send you a percentage. For $20, a 20% percentage of the Ralph Kramden Corporation.
I like that. Trixie forgot the ketchup.
Of course, I can't give you too much stock. I can only sell you a few shares, but, well, I still think you'll make a profit on it. Well, isn't it appealing to you?
No, don't. I don't like liverwurst without ketchup.
Will you stop with the liverwurst? I'm talking high finance. Look, for $20, you get 20% of all the money I make over and above my salary.
Listen to me, will you, Ralph? My mother didn't raise no stupid children, you know. I work hard for the money I earn there, down in that sewer. It's no easy job, you know. Some days I get it right up the head.
Funny guy.
If I'm gonna invest my money in any proposition, believe you me, it's gotta make sense. It's gotta have a sound, logical business foundation. Only then will I make the plunge, as we say in the trade.
Norton, I'm very happy to hear you speak like that. You sound like an intelligent man. And that's exactly the type man that I want in my corporation to be vice president. And if you give me the $20 and get 20% of my corporation, I am making you the vice president.
Me a peep? Now you're talking sense. Wait a minute, pal. Here, here's the $20.
Thank you. And I certainly am lucky to get a man like you for vice president.
I say that this calls for a toast. There you are.
Thank you.
To the corporation. Ralph Kramden, president. Edward L. Norton, vice president and chairman of the board. Wait a minute, hold it. Hold it, don't move. By Jove, it is another yellow-bellied sapsucker. Boy, oh boy, 2 yellow-bellied sapsuckers in the same day. Boy, I ought to phone the society about this.
What makes you believe anyone is going to believe you when you tell them you saw 2 yellow-bellied sapsuckers in a park where they're not supposed to be within 300,000 miles of?
Wait a minute, Rock. You got a point there. But I know how I can fix it. Birds seen, 2 yellow-bellied sapsuckers. Place where seen, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I'm certainly lucky to get a man like you to be my vice president, Norton. Yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Oh, I did it so many times.
I burned my fingers on
I
that
have.
stove.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Boy, you're always
Because
burning
of
something
this
there. If it ain't your
oven.
finger, it's my food.
It's no joke,
Fill
Ralph.
her.
I'm only kidding, sweetie. There. Feel better now?
No, it doesn't. I'm telling you something, Ralph. That stove is a booby trap. One of these days it's going to blow both of us to smithereens.
If you are hinting that I should buy a new stove, you'll have to get a better idea than that. Now, look, get to work on the old stove and cook my new supper.
You can cook your own new supper.
Don't think your attitude scares me, Alice. I'll get my own supper. I'm pretty good at it.
Show us. I don't know what is it, but looks like fast food.
I'm getting my own supper. Alice isn't feeling too good, so I'm doing her a favor.
Oh no,
Well,
she's gonna cook.
Ralph, I wanted to have a little talk with you about the corporation. I've been vice president for about a week now, and you ain't showing no profit. I had a stockholders meeting with myself, and I come to the conclusion that I'm getting a little impatient.
Just
Haven't you
sandwich.
got any business
I don't know what is
ethics?
it, but
How can you
those
interrupt the
words.
president of the corporation while he's eating?
looks like it's not for
All right, I'll wait till you're through.
oven. Did you see it? From the floor and like this. And usually the people don't see it. I do the same.
Hey, got no bananas. Could I have an apple?
Go ahead.
Ain't got no apples either. Could I have an orange?
Love friends who go to your home and eat everything in your fridge and never came
I've got
with
the
food
orange
to
either.
you.
You want a peanut butter sandwich?
I don't like peanut butter.
I like apples.
Or bananas. Or orange.
Everything in
Hey,
your
what
fridge.
kind of peanut butter is that? Is that the crunchy kind?
Yes, it's the crunchy kind, and I can prove it to you. When this jar hits your head, you'll hear a crunch.
Don't get excited, will you? Remember, you're talking to the vice president of Ralph Kramden Incorporated.
All I'd like to do is eat in peace.
Go ahead, who's stopping you? Fine thing for a president of a corporation to be eating peanut butter sandwich.
I don't like
You're
peanut
eating
butter
something
sandwich.
thick to those fat
It's
little
not
ribs of
popular
yours.
in Russia. We have peanut butter,
Do you
but
mind leaving this
nobody
apartment and
likes
going
it.
back upstairs?
Nutella more, but
Right? All right.
still not very famous.
I'm going, but I got this to tell you. I'm going to leave your corporation in a state of bankruptcy. I'm withdrawing my $20. You told me that every time you turn around, I'd make money. Well, so far, you ain't been exactly no pinwheel. I thought the whole thing over, you know. You got a corporation, I got 20% of it. I got 20% of nothing. How can you get rich on 20% of nothing?
Is that what you're beefing about, 20%? All right, you got 30%.
It's 35% or nothing.
It's a deal.
It's a deal. Ralph, I hope I didn't offend you, Ralph, but, you know, the way I drive a hard bargain, I gotta watch out for my interests.
I gotta admit, you put it over on me that time, Norton. Come in.
Mr. Ralph Kramden?
Yeah.
My name is Frederick Carson. I'm an attorney.
An attorney?
My firm is handling the estate of the late Mary Monahan. I suppose you'll remember she used to ride on your bus.
Mary Monahan. That's the old lady
Oh,
I used
he's
to help
bus
on and off.
driver?
She used to get on the bus for years.
I don't know this
I didn't
quote,
see
but
her lately.
I
I
was
was wondering what
wondering who
happened
is
to her.
he.
Gee, that's a shame.
Well, she didn't forget your kindnesses. She remembered you in her will. Now, the will is going to be read tomorrow, Friday morning at 10 o'clock at her apartment. Will you be there?
Sure, I'll be there if you want me to. How come a poor lady like that's making out a will?
Well, she wasn't exactly poor.
She wasn't?
No. Her estate was valued at roughly $40 million. See you Friday.
Someone will have new oven.
How about that?
Perfect eyes to be in shock.
Alice! $40 million! I'm inheriting $40 million!
I'm gonna cook for you.
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened? He
For
fainted,
ya.
can't you see? Fine thing. Guy inherits $40 million and he faints. What am I saying?
We're best
That
friends.
belongs to me.
Good for me that I gave him $20. Maybe I'll have $20,000.
Ralph, breakfast ready.
I haven't got time to eat breakfast.
Well, why not? It's only 8:30. The lawyer said they wouldn't read the will until 10.
Alice, why must you hide things where I can't find them? Where's the shoe polish?
In the top left-hand drawer.
It's not in the top hand.
What she added to tea?
It must be there.
It must be, huh? It must be. It must be, but it's not. Don't always say it must be, Alice. What you mean is maybe, not must be. Maybe.
This must be it. Maybe.
You and your snide remarks.
Ralph, will you calm down a little bit? If you don't take it easy, you know, you'll be a nervous wreck by the time that will is read.
I am not nervous, Alice. I am not nervous. I may be a little excited, inheriting $40 million, but I am not nervous.
I'm not nervous.
No. No, you're not nervous, Ralph. You're not nervous at all. You just read in Esquire where the well-dressed man always polishes his socks. I'm going to tell you something. Ralph, I know you're a little bit excited, but after all, the will hasn't been read yet. We don't know how much she's leaving you.
What do you mean we
You
don't
keep
know?
talking about millions, Ralph. It may just be hundreds.
What are you talking about, hundreds? She's leaving $40 million, isn't she? Said in the papers this morning she's only got one other relative. One living relative. A nephew. And she doesn't like him. The paper said she had no use for him.
Ralph, that's her own living relative, her own flesh and blood. He might contest the will.
Contested. Contested. Ha, ha, hardy, ha, ha. What do you mean, contested? Did he ever help her off a bus and help her on one? You may not realize this, Alice, but in a few hours I am going to be a very rich man.
Ralph, all I'm saying is don't count your chickens
True.
before they're hatched. And remember, Norton gets 35% of those chickens.
Don't worry, I can take care of him.
Oh,
What do you mean? Ralph,
she
you
said
wouldn't
about
cheat
his
Norton out of his
salary.
share.
Of course not. I'm not going to cheat him. Just going to try to do what's best for everybody. You know how people act when they get a lot of money? They go nuts. You know how Norton is. He's the
You'll
nervous
take
type.
your word
He'd
back.
really go nuts if he got his hands on anything. First thing you know, he'd quit his job in the sewer. Next thing he'd do is buy clothes, buy automobiles, yachts, start taking a tour around the
Buy
world.
oven
Drinking
first.
champagne, eating caviar. First thing you know,
Caviar,
you come
yeah.
home, poor Trixie pleading with him.
It's my
"Please
dream
go home, Norton."
when I'm rich
Him
and
laughing at her.
eating caviar
That'd be
every
a
day.
nice thing, wouldn't it? After all she's done for him, pleading for him to come home and him laughing
Not really
at
a
her.
dream, but it's
Well, if
cool.
you think that I'm gonna do that to such a nice girl like Trixie, you're crazy.
Another
Ed, you want some coffee?
pigeon?
No, I already had breakfast.
How about a second breakfast?
I already had that, too. It'd be kind of ridiculous to have 3 breakfasts, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I will do, though. I'll start on my first lunch.
Sandwiches again? Day and night, day and night. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Norton, I'm glad you're here. I want to talk to you.
Hey, listen. It's getting late. We'll talk on the way down to the Monahan Mansion. We'll talk on the way.
You don't think for 1 minute that you're going to the reading of the will with me, do you?
Well, of course I'm going, Ralph. You need me. You don't think of the small details, the little things. For instance, did you happen to think of that?
And
For
what
money.
is that for?
For my money.
Small details, Ralph. You can't come away from that place with $40 million in your pocket. You gotta have something to carry it in.
Hey, there's the vice president talking. Well, are you sure that a bag will hold $40 million? A bag like that?
Yeah, this'll do the trick.
Is that so? Why don't you make sure? Why don't you run upstairs and cut some paper money into the shape of dollar bills and see if they'll all fit in there?
I did it.
The small details.
Good job.
Is Trixie upstairs?
Yeah, she's upstairs. She's waiting till I get back. We are gonna make a trip that I have always wanted to make.
A trip?
Yeah, now that we're getting into the millions, I'm gonna do something that I always wanted to do. Going on a second honeymoon to Niagara Falls, only this time we ain't hitchhiking.
I'll just
Sounds
run up
great.
and get Trix.
All right. Come on, Ralph, will you snap it up? I'm anxious to collect that 35% of the $40 million.
What do you mean, collect it? What do you mean, collect it? You can't take that money out of the corporation.
You don't
It's gotta
have
stay in there.
this money yet.
That's what a corporation is for, to put money in and let it grow.
You're losing your
Grown
friend.
enough.
Poor man.
35% of the $40 million belongs to the stockholders.
This is only the start. Look, as president of this corporation, already, from just $20 you gave me, I'm already making you millions. Look, you gotta leave it there. You gotta leave it in the corporation. Then I invest it. Then I reinvest it. And then reinvest it. Before I finish with you, pal,
I'm so
I'll have you
excited
out of that
about
sewer.
this
$40 million, 35% of
Heritage.
it belongs to the stockholders.
to see how
You stop
much
saying
you
$40 million.
have.
It's not $40 million.
10 bucks.
You know? When you inherit $40 million, do you know how much you have left? Let me give you an example.
35% belongs to the stockholders.
Will you stop saying that? Now look, this piece of paper represents $40 million. All right, I inherit $40 million. Right away comes federal income tax. Then comes the state tax. Then comes the city tax. Then a few miscellaneous taxes.
This is the best.
Then you
The
have to
same
pay for
about
the lawyers.
lottery.
And that is what
When
is
you
left
win lottery?
of $40 million.
Yes. Yeah. It's sad.
35% belongs to the stockholders.
Sad.
Come on.
Excited.
Come, Fortune. Eat your breakfast. Come now, Fortune. You've got to eat, you know.
Who's there?
Is everything ready in here? Mr. Carson is going to read the will.
Everything's ready as it will ever be. But I'm worried about Fortune Bascom. He isn't eating. Oh, poor little dear. He misses Mrs. Monahan. Come, Fortune. Eat your breakfast.
Ah,
Come.
there's the doorbell. It must be that Mr. Kramden that they are expecting. Mr. Carson and the others have been waiting. I'll tell them you're here.
Thank you very much. How do you
I'm
do?
ready for $40 million.
Hey, look. Today ain't
Where's
the
your
With you.
suitcase?
Now Now look at Norton. I'm telling you now, and I'm telling you for the last time. Don't embarrass me here.
Can't I even look
Seems
around?
like it's dead.
All right, but don't
Bird.
touch anything.
Oh, gross.
Boy, how about this place? This is real class, huh?
Oh, beautiful.
Bet you they spent at least $100 on the furniture in this room alone.
Sure. Hey, Ralph, look. I bet this guy had a rotten barber. Oh, there you are.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Carson? I'm sorry I'm late, but I was taking care of my corporation.
We were about to start without you, but
Oh,
there
uh,
are some things that just can't wait.
Like we say in the sewer, time and tide, wait for no man.
This is my business associate, Mr. Norton, Mr. Carson.
This is Mr. Bradley, Mrs. Monahan's nephew.
Oh,
So you're the bus driver. I'm
Yeah.
very glad to meet you.
no hard feelings, of course. You know how fickle fate can be.
Better luck next time. Well, if we'll all be seated now, we'll get
Right,
on with
certainly.
it. This shouldn't take very long. This will is quite short, and there's no question as to its legality, so I shall skip the technicalities and get right down to the bequests.
How they got closer.
To Herbert Bascom, my butler, for his many years of faithful service, I leave the sum of $50,000.
Sorry, a little habit I picked up watching the quiz shows.
I think it's very smart and kind. 40 years.
To my maid,
A life
Mary
dedicated.
O'Donnell, I leave the sum of $25,000.
That's
Some
it?
people
40?
are never satisfied.
To my nephew, Robert Hilliard Bradley, who by his gambling and philandering has shown himself to be utterly incapable of handling money, I leave the sum of $1, which will undoubtedly be promptly deposited with his bookmaker.
I hope you pick a winner with it.
Please, may I
If
continue?
he's gambling, he has money already.
To Ralph Kramden, my favorite bus driver, I leave my fortune.
I'm rich! I'm rich!
Oh! That fortune!
Please control yourself.
Rich. I'm sorry, it came so sudden. I wasn't expecting it.
Ralph Kramden has shown himself to be kind, sober, courteous, and conscientious. And to such a man, and only such a man, would I entrust my fortune.
They think it's yacht house.
Finish. Now, let's see where
It's
was
that
I?
bad.
To such a man, and only such a man, would I entrust my fortune. I therefore direct that immediately upon the reading of this will, Ralph Kramden take possession of my fortune.
Get the bag.
Bascom.
Get the bag.
Mr. Kramden, this is fortune, and according to the will, you take immediate possession.
Excuse me, Mr. Carson. Am I to understand that this is the fortune?
Yeah.
Poor guys. Yeah, it's very, very wise. Don't count and don't try to spend money in your brain and like dream like how you're spending it, like until you got it. And don't be proud of yourself and say everyone that, it's me. Just wait, be patient, and when you'll get it, you can do it. Better know. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you want to watch more, please write me comments. Which one episode do you want to watch next time? And don't forget about like, subscribe, and support me on Patreon. Here's the link for Amazon wishlist. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.